Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Notice how Sadie pushes her hip out. Now she does that a lot when we try to do pairs harness work too.
Over.
But that's expected. We'll continue to train, let her know that's the wrong answer. Good, good. Use the butt rope perhaps. You'll have to watch my harness videos. The butt rope is something that Doc Hamill taught us with his instructional DVDs on harnessing. That straight path in pairs is beautiful. Can we keep it up? Can we get them to, yeah, stop, go, step over. Does Sadie know she needs to get over to, yes, she does. Yes, she easily could have avoided that. She's getting distracted by the grass, which is a constant battle to keep it from growing here in my sanded arena, especially this time of year when the sun is so consistently shining.
Come on. Step up. Good girl.
We irrigate all around the arena, and some of the spray gets into the arena and manages to cause the grass to grow. Now look how naughty Sadie is. Aha, that was, that's kind of, if she, oh, she's coming back to you.
Good girl.
Good girl. She said, oh, well, I guess that was the wrong answer.
Good girl.
Now, notice that Sarah's now not between them. Now she's back between them and they're following. It's just awfully hard for them to concentrate, I guess. Not sure what the right answer is. Repetition will help. Nice hoe. Nice. Pairs hoe. Good girls. They're getting praise. Watch their ears. See, their mother and daughter, they're both beta to Semi, who's alpha. Often Semi's ears go back, and that's her way of telling them, do what I say because I'm in charge. Looks to me like Eve and Sadie. Uh-oh. Eve got confused. Eve and Sadie don't talk to each other with their ears.
Step up. Step up. Good girl.
Good girl.
Step up. Good girl.
It's your call when you want to say that's enough for today. And I hope we can choose that moment of resolution when everything is going well. Ooh, looks beautiful. That's an even much more rapid walk for Sadie. She's trying to keep up with Eve. She's a little bit ahead of Eve. A nice, whoa, and then back would be good.
Oops. Good girl.
Good girl.
Back. 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 Back.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Are you okay with that being our stop? That's it. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. Thank you. Sarah, who's helping to tell Eve and Sadie what is the right answer in freestyle pairs. Our next freestyle session, we've got Eve and Semi on a lead line. We brought them into the arena together. Notice that we have put 2 cavalettis in line here so that we have a little more freedom on dealing with what you just saw. Semi getting a little bit upset about going over it, and anticipating that if and when we get to doing 3 horses freestyle, we'll have enough room for all 3 of them to go across. Today we may not even release the lead lines. We just want to see how Alpha Semi behaves with Beta Eve about freestyle work. Last time we did it with Eve and her daughter Sadie, and Sadie right now, she's just outside the arena grazing. We will do it, we hope, with Sadie and Semi, but first we thought it was safest to do it with Eve. Oh boy. And you see Rusty is out there, my bull. And the horses are aware of him, and Susie, oh, even Evie got scared. Why don't we just do it over the other one where Rusty isn't? Yeah, Rusty is hormonal today because Susie apparently is in estrus. She has a poopy butt, and that always tells me, and Rusty's behavior tells me. We don't want to confound this freestyle task by having other issues come up, other resistance issues to deal with. We just want to deal with, at this time, will Eve and Semi be willing to freestyle, do what we're asking? Yeah, right, and here comes Rusty. All right, let's just wait. Waiting is good. I'm going to move the camera to the shade. We're watching Rusty and Susie. Or is it Rusty and Sela? Hard to tell from this distance. Move on, I hope. Rusty got distracted by something in the backyard next door. It's all right, girls. Now here's Semi closest to me in the camera. Is she going to be willing to step over? It's a little better, but you see how she pushed her butt out? That's resistance. That's a sign of, oh, I'm a little bit concerned. Let me get over this thing. She's not being real compliant. Good, they're listening. At least she's not, yeah, she's not threatening to be alpha with Eve, but she is showing resistance and Eve is not. So my call, unless you disagree, is let's just do this a few more times with the line.
Right.
And when we feel more confident, we hope that next time there will be less concern on Semi's part. Whoops, I had to move the camera. Sorry about that. It's a little bit, makes you dizzy when I move the camera. Okay. Good. The hoe in the back is very important. Good, good. See, the arm extension is helping to explain to Eve that we want to back. Frequent hoes and backs are very important. And responses with enthusiasm from the horses is important. That is, if we're asking for a back, we want an energetic back. If we're asking for a hoe, we want a parallel hoe. When we do this with 3, we definitely want to have 2 handlers. How did Callie Krickenberg get her 3 horses to be so responsive? We don't know because she didn't show us. She just demonstrated. So we're trying to use what we know about horse training, what we know about my Morgan mares. We're trying to do it and show you how it goes. We want freestyle over these cavalettis, lineless, eventually with all 3 horses. Honestly, I don't know if we'll get it, but we're gonna show you every step of the way. Again, Semi jumped over before Eve even considered going over. No, I think we're doing the right thing here. Semi is the one that has to be given confidence. She has to trust us, respect us, and listen to what we want. And we're trying to be very clear on what we want. But it's hard when you've got two horses on a line and one handler. If necessary, I'll go in and help and just leave the camera here and hope we stay in camera's view. And I will. I'll go in and help. Right now, you just wait. I know my Morgans, and I know if they understand and aren't stressed that they will do it much better. Oh, that was much better. I'm even okay on stopping on that note of resolution. How about you, Sarah?
Yes.
Yeah? We know this is going to be tiny baby steps. We're pretty confident we're going to get there. We want the horses to be confident and to understand what we're requesting in freestyle work. That's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. A new session in freestyle. Confidence. Well, this is Semi. Now, on the other side of her is Sadie, my youngster, Eve's daughter. We're not even planning on doing this without lead lines today. We're going to see if we can get Sadie and Semi to calmly step over these cavalettes and stay straight and stay in forward motion and stop when we ask them to. We had trouble with Semi and Eve in the last session because Semi kept pulling her hip over. Oh, and here we do. We have a tractor on the other side of my perimeter fence, but okay, my horses are used to tractors. Is that going to be a distraction? I don't think so. Semi's still a little bit. Yeah, she pulled her hip over too. We wanted to do it with Sadie. Whoops, Sadie's moving. Yeah, and to see if it's the interaction of the pairs or what. And we're going to move on with this because this freestyle confidence and trust is going to be more than just an exercise. Yeah, Semi's doing the same thing with Sadie. It's going to be preparing my horses to be hippotherapeutic horses. I would like to start a program where my wonderful Ranch Versatile Morgans can help adults and children with disabilities to have therapy. It's a popular program nowadays. And in fact, I'm thinking in terms of moving to Monterey, and Monterey is planning on having a horse park. And one of their plans is to have a therapeutic hippotherapy program there. I mean, it could be a whole decade before all of that happens, but you know, I like to plan ahead with my passions and my business of having Ranch Versatile horses and showing people how to train them to be Ranch Versatile and willing. And Morgans are by nature usually quite willing if they just know what you're asking of them. Now it is definitely Semi. So yeah, as long as we don't get in trouble today, we don't intend to, for obvious reasons, take the lead lines off. Semi as an individual was fine in this exercise. Sadie and Eve as a pair were fine in this exercise. That video footage is on this show. But let's see if we can get Sadie and Semi and even Semi with with the ultimate goal of getting all three of them to have confidence and trust and in a freestyle manner give us the right answer in triple.
Oh.
Good, Sadie. Knock on wood, Sadie's being really good. Apparently Sarah, who's the handler here and knows them very well and they know her, is choosing to keep Semi on the line, and I agree.
Step up. Step up.
Semi is the alpha horse of the triple. We weren't sure if she would even be aggressive here in this exercise. She's not being aggressive, knock on wood, to the other member of the pair, but she is being rather resistful, rather excitable. Yeah, going over the Cavaletti.
Good girl.
Sadie's being so good. Sarah, why don't you come over? We're just going to make this a short footage so that we can talk about our short-term and long-term plans. Do you agree, well, that we should work with Semi maybe a little bit more individually?
She's fine individually.
She is, yeah.
Yeah, I need another handler.
Okay, all right. And I am yet not a good handler because I am having hip problems. I know that within the next year or so I'll probably be getting a hip replacement on that side. So I'm trying not to twist my right leg because I usually do hurt a lot the next day if I have. So the next time we do this, we'll have a handler. On the other side, you want to be in the middle or one on each side or what?
Yeah, I can stay in the middle. I think just...
On Semi's side maybe?
Yeah, she just needs to stay with me as a... I don't think she likes that she's having to do something in conjunction with another horse.
Yeah, but, right, and even Sadie, mother and daughter, were fine on it.
Well, and she's doing a lot better than I thought she would too. She's following me and listening.
Yes, she is. This is my youngster. She is my best trail horse. Eve is my best harness pulling farming horse. Semi is my best cow horse. They each have their specialties, but we're asking them now to work in pairs and triples, doing what we're asking them to do. That's all a matter of confidence, trust, respect, and understanding. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get there. And the more we do this kind of work, the more confident I am that Semi, Sadie, and Eve are going to be great horses for hippotherapy. And that will be something that we will show you ongoing in due time when we're ready. And by the way, I got a comment from one of my YouTube videos from months ago about side saddle. I just received it last night and I replied to it this morning from somebody, I don't even know where, somebody somewhere on the internet who said, bravo that you have chosen to use this side saddle to help you out in your hard times. Because that particular person is having hard times. Yeah, and they're saying, you know, I don't think they're ready to go out and buy a side saddle, but what I did was I replied this morning and I said, please feel free to email me. I'll give you all the personal advice I can, and then I'll let you know on these videos if anything comes out of it, because it's wonderful to know that somebody who is having the same symptoms as I am is finding my solution path to be potentially helpful to them. All right, and that's all for today. I'm not surprised that Semi did what she did with Sadie, are you?
No,
Sarah?
I mean, even now you can tell the dynamic where she's fine just standing here, and she's a little irritated that I guess she's in so close proximity.
Yeah, you should see them in the morning when we open the gates and Semi enters a gateway where one of the other two Morgans is there, and Semi pulls her ears back and she says, with her body language, you better get out of my way, and boy, do they both get out of her way.
That's why it's so hard to get them to walk beside each other.
Right.
Even when we're out on the trails, they're not beside each other. One's in front.
Yeah.
And it's usually Semi.
See, okay. All right. Ranch versatility. Versatile, period. Can we get our three wonderful Morgan mares to work together in a versatile, useful manner? That's our objective, ultimately. And that's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl, and thank you so much, Sarah. Here's our next session, just a brief one. This is Eve. I'm going to lead line her while Sarah lead lines Semi. We're both going to have wide arm extensions in our hand. We don't have a camera operator today, so the best we can do is just leave the camera on the scene And then I'll try to explain what happened over the Cavalettis if it isn't absolutely obvious by just watching. What we're trying to do is to get Semi to stay in parallel with her partner, whether it be Eve or Sadie. And Semi was kind of a handful to even catch today in the pasture that she pastures in across the street. But to me, that's not something that tells us, oh, we need to ride her or handle her more. We need to do what we need to do to get her respect, because she is showing disrespect when she won't allow us to catch her. And she knows she's coming back here to work. And there are techniques for dealing with that disrespect, and I've shown it on videos before. So we just have to keep doing it with repetition. So for now, I'm turning this off. When Semi's here, you can hear her in the background. She wants to be here now because her herd mate is here. We'll turn it back on and see whether we can do this safely with just 2 people. Well, here is Semi. We're just going to walk her around singly, see if we can get her to step over calmly. She did just then, that's for sure. Stop and back. She's licking her lips, chewing. Yeah, those are good signs. I just did it with Eve, but I didn't have anybody at the camera. But I'm telling you, it was push button with Eve. Very nice, Sam. Okay, so I'm going to leave this camera on us and join Sarah with Eve. We both have arm extensions. I want to make sure I get the whole picture. Here we go. And I'm going to be on the outside, you're going to be on the inside? Okay. Let's stop for a minute. Whoa. Back. Back. She's doing it, right? She didn't do it singly. She's doing it double. Okay? Let's see what you can do here. How about going on the other side? Where do you think she'll push her hips? Now.
To the outside. Oh.
Oh, better. Better. Okay, I'm going to follow you. Let's turn around and go the other direction.
Okay.
Right to the camera and explain. Okay, she's stepping on her lead line.
Back.
I'll explain that.
Okay.
Look ahead. Kind of feel where you're looking at.
Good
Stop.
girl. Oh.
Good.
Good.
Okay, that's that note of resolution. Okay, come on to the camera.
Okay.
And I'm going to say what I say, and then you say what you say.
You want me to hold Evie?
No, we're okay. I think. Okay, we're going to do like a postscript here without even turning off the camera. At first, Semi pushed her hip over. So we weren't sure how we were going to stop her from doing it again, but she chose to stop from doing it again. Which, okay, that's good. That means we're communicating with her. And Eve was perfect. At one point, she did step on her lead line, so I had to ask her to go back, and she was fine. And we are stopping on this note of resolution because we're in a hurry and because we found a note of resolution, and we're just going to repeat, repeat, repeat. Now, I am still a lame because I need a right hip replacement. So I was being real careful using Eve here, leading Eve rather than Semi. And when it comes to leading Sadie, she was so good last time, I think I could probably do that. But I have to be careful because I really can't be jerked around. I'm fine if I don't step wrong with my leg or try to climb a fence. I'm fine, and I'm gonna aim to have that right hip replacement in, I don't know, within the next year or so. But I'm really resisting as much as I can, trying to do it other ways, including Feldenkrais. I have a friend who is a Feldenkrais intern and about to get her license. And she and I are going to talk about using our horses and my cows to help with hippotherapy. That's equine assisted therapy, but I'm also wanting to use my mini cow, so I'm calling it bovine equine assisted therapy. And we'll have our own website, and we're going to work on making sure that we can apply the principles of Feldenkrais to help disabled people, children and adults, using our horses. Now, Jill has Demi's mom, and Demi's mom has a pretty good disposition. She also has 2 other horses, so we'll choose one of them to work with when we first start videoing our attempt to show bovine equine assisted therapy here, when we try to show how we're going to train our horses to be trustworthy in that therapy. But Sarah and I have come to the conclusion that Semi would not be the best candidate of my 3 Morgans, but Eve would be good. Anything that you want to add to that, Sarah?
Well, she's standing pretty calmly now. I mean, if we can get her to stand calmly and walk calmly, she'd be fine.
Oh, okay.
One at the head, but
okay, well,
it just depends on the day, I think, a lot of the times.
yeah, or, right, you know, her body language, can we read it? Can we deal with it? Can she understand what we're asking? Because she really is willing.
It's just like, for example, that one time you were getting off and she spooked. That
Yeah.
can't happen.
No, right.
And Eve never has done that.
And absolutely never. I've gotten on to any kind of saddle with Eve, asked her to kind of parallel park against steps and barrels and anything, and she has never flinched at all. But once I tried it with Semi, I wasn't thinking, I was distracted, and Semi's hip went over. And so that I ended up on the ground, and Semi ended up spooking, and I don't blame her. But look now, look at those signs. Look at her licking her lips. Look how she's standing really nice. And Eve is right next to me, standing really nice. So we'll show you every step of the way that we work on freestyle, mutual confidence, and work into some kind of equine bovine assisted therapy with a plan to have our own website and provide it in the future, probably in a year or so. No rush with that kind of an objective. That's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.